welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time to get ready for Christmas. It's time to prepare the advent calendar, which is awesome. So let's start with the diamonds and get them in their pots. Now, the picture I'm doing is a mystery picture. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. It doesn't look major Christmassy, but I don't care because I went for a mystery painting and I got a mystery painting, so that's what we're going to do. It has 13 colours, and I have created myself some labels just because I needed time for the ink to dry. But we've got quite easy symbols. We've got 1 to 8, and then we've got A, C, D, F and G. So nice and straightforward. We do have quite a few blocks of colour, but hey, that will allow me to waffle away while we're doing our WIP Chats. And it is autumny type colours, but again, that's completely fine. I'm happy with that. So we've got 13 colours, so I thought I'd use this newer storage that I've got from, where did I get it from? Amazon. And instead of having the row of 4 containers, it has a row of 3. So I'm thinking it might fit a few more in. So we're going to start. I'm going to label them up as we go along because I do think I'm going to have extras, especially with the likes of 310, of which I have 2 big bags here. I'm going to try and get everything into the pots just to make it easier as we're doing it. But let's see how many of this big bag fit into one. And I haven't got my little tray underneath me, so I'll have to make sure I get that. Okay, so we've already expanded from 1. Oh, we are going to fill up a few with these. And I am making a proper mess. Okay, so 1 bag of these fits into 2 of these pots. It's hard to tell because they're not the smaller bags. Let me just get my tray. They're not the smaller bags that have like 200 in, so we can't tell an exact amount. And I was going to see if I could potentially fit more into them, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So we'll continue on. Say I'm going to try and get them all in bags, all in pots. And this is going to be what I think is the biggest number. So it looks like I might end up with 4 pots of 310. That's a good start, isn't it? Hopefully the rest will fit in a little bit easier. And I get them all into this one tub. If not, I'll have to have a rethink and a rejig. But whenever I'm doing it in pots that are connected, I'll do the label and then anything following will be my extras before I then do the next label. So for number 2, this is 435. So let's find that one. And this works for smaller ones because you don't have to hunt through too many diamonds to find the ones that you need. And they all fit in one, so that's fantastic. Okay, then we've got 726. 726. They'll all fit in as well. So we're on a roll. We won't use quite as many pots. Hopefully they will all fit in this one. But we'll see. I need to make sure that the pots are all facing the right way round as well, because this is a new storage. It's not one I've used before. And because I've not used it before, I've not already got the pots sitting in the right way round. So 740. That should all fit in. I think there might be 1 or 2 colours that we may have a problem with fitting in these tubs, but hopefully not too much. And then we've got 741. Maybe it'll just be the 310 that we have the trouble with. So we're going to be doing a lot of black during our December advent calendar. Makes a change from last year, doesn't it? 744. yellow. A little bit of static going on in this one, but not too much. Not too bad that it caused a problem. I quite like these. Okay, that one I need to turn around. 745 is number 7. And then we get to the exciting part when I get to prepare the canvas. And then it is really getting close to Christmas. Does anybody else find 2020 is one of those years that has gone both extremely slow due to, of course, multiple lockdowns and goodness knows what else, depending on what country you're in. But then at the same point, it's gone incredibly fast. How is December just around the corner already? Like, are we ready for December? I don't know if I'm ready for December. It's been a very, very weird kind of year. Hopefully, 2021 will be a lot better. Okay, it's got a few plastic stringy bits. Okay, 946. This is the other bag that I did fear would be quite full, but actually when I get hold of it, it's not too bad. Oh, it's close though. If I'd have been putting this into the little pots that hold 4, definitely wouldn't have worked. Just got one stuck in the little gap. But we've worked for this one. Then we've got 3371. So it looks like we've got quite a few dark colours going on in this one. Let's see how that works. Oh, that is very borderline. Okay. That's probably too borderline for my liking. So I'm just going to shave off the top of the pot, and I think that one needs to go into a second one. Is that going to shut nicely? Yeah. So I'm just going to put the rest in the next one without a label. And it is connected, so I don't have the fear of me putting them in the wrong place and them getting muddled up. And then let's see how we go with the last couple. And I've just noticed there is a diamond stuck in the bag. Let's see if we can get that out. That's out. Okay, 3822. Okay, that's that one. And then last but not least, we've got 3854. This one should fit in fine as well. I'm excited to get this done. I'm excited to know what it truly is, because I did think that it was something pumpkin-y related. Just to turn that one around. But most of this face part is black. So I'm kind of not sure whether that is a pumpkin on the top or not. But anyway, as I say, I'm doing it regardless because a mystery painting is what I said I was doing. So there is all the diamonds ready in their pots. 310s is quite a lot, and quite often I would have just emptied the 2 and then kept one sealed up. And when I'd use them all, then I'd put them in. But for the purposes of this, I would prefer to get them all in the case if I can. And I had plenty. So this is one that stores 21, and I only have 13 colours in this painting. And I've still got 4 containers left, even with the extras. So diamonds are done. Now it's time to do the canvas. So this canvas does come with a clear sheet, and I do want to make sure that it's covered so that we can see the image coming out. So when I kitted up a Narby rose painting recently, or a rose painting from the Narby store on AliExpress, I did take off the full cover sheet and I used my spare little cover sheets to cover it instead. Now this is the size of painting that I like working on, but for the purposes of the advent calendar I want to split it into 24. Now because of that I want to split it into 24, the sizes, I would have to cut these cover sheets down quite a bit and then they might not work as well for future paintings. So I much prefer to use a big sheet and cut it down exactly how I want it. So I'm going to take off the clear sheets, and this did have a rip in it, so I'm going to try and make sure that I line it up so that I can keep the top part, and this top part isn't square either, so that's still all the way over. So we're going to flatten that out, and then if I can get hold of it, I'm going to get hold of my metal ruler and I'm going to trim around the edges so that it's cut to size. I don't quite know if this is cutting through. Has that cut through? No. I'm not using the sharpest blade, but I don't want to use one that's too sharp because I do not want to cut through the canvas. Didn't cut through very well at all, but we're there. I might need to get my sharper one for us to actually grid it up. Because of course I need to be able to pull them off. Okay, I've snapped the blade down, though this knife is right near the end of it. So let's try with this one and see if this cuts nice. If not, I'll go and get one of my new ones. So, oh, that's cut a lot better. Okay, snapping the blade off works. Okay, so we have a nice canvas ready with a cover over the top. All the diamond painting area is covered, and I do have stickers numbered 1 to 24 because I'm going to do this up till Christmas Eve. Plus 24 is a nice even number to cut the painting into as well. So I'm going to work on it, even though the picture is this orientation, I'm going to work on it this way, just mark it up and get them cut. So for this way, what I need to do is, this is 25, so that means I need to mark it at 12.5, and that's not going to work. Okay, oh, let's try my permanent marker. That might work better. So I want to mark that at 12.5. That's not working much better either. That might be enough to make it cut. And then half of 12.5 is 6.25, which don't particularly have quarters on centimetres, but I can do it close enough to be 6.25. This isn't a science, this is a guesstimate really. So 12.5, and then I want roughly 6.25, and then my brain doesn't work as well the other way, so I want roughly 6.25. Okay, so I've got enough markings to be roughly right for 4 across. So I'm going to do the halfway mark first. Basically I want half of this and then I want half again. And that will give me 4 different sections. Just check, yeah, that's all cut through and that's going to lift up, so that's perfect. And then The next one, again, this might not be perfectly straight. Oh, and it's definitely not if I do that. My craft knife actually didn't stick to the ruler. But again, it's all fine because the diamonds underneath, or the markings for the diamonds underneath, are not likely to be in exactly the right place anyway. But that definitely lifts up. Okay, so that one is a marking, so we end up with 4 sections. And then for this one, we need to end up with 6 sections. So what is the measurement in centimetres? And again, it's 35, so of course it's not a nice round number. Beautiful. So half of 35 is 17 and a half. So we want 17 and a half on both, and then I'm going to cut that. This knife is now tiny. As long as it cuts, that's all I'm bothered about. Has that cut? Yeah. Okay, so 17 and a half, and then, so from 17 and a half, we need it into 3. What is it in inches? Let's see if that will make it a bit easier. It's just under 7 inches, so that doesn't really make it any easier. Okay, let's go for, I've not got my phone with me because my brain is not, hang on, 18 can be divided by 3, can't it? Yeah, 18 can be divided by 3 because it's 6, 3 sixes. So let's go for that. So if I move it so that from where my 17 and a half is, I've got that little bit over either side, then I'm going to mark it at 6 and I'm going to mark it at 12. So I will end up with these being a little bit shorter than 6, and this one will be 6, but that's close enough. So get it to hang over a little bit either side, and then we'll mark it at 6. And we'll mark it at 12, and then I'm going to turn it round and do the same. So I'm lining my ruler up, so I've got a couple of millimetres hanging over either side, and then I can mark it at a 6 and mark it at a 12, and that'll work. 6 and a 12. We've only got a couple of millimetres between each one, which may be 1 row of diamonds or not, and that's fine. And I found out why it kept slipping off my ruler, because the knife is that short, the plastic part was hitting the ruler. So it did, so I just need to hold it up a little bit higher just to make sure that it goes all the way down. And then we'll turn it this way. And you can't really see the markings, but they are definitely there. I'll show you in a minute when I fold it. And last one. Okay, and that gives us, that gives us 24 individual. They are nicked a little bit in the corners, but that gives us 24 individual little squares to work on each day. So for example, this one is going to be all number 1s, so that's going to be a day with a lot of 310s, but that's fine, we can do that. So I just fold it back and I can see that it's all scored, and it's all going to pop up, even if it does give me resistance in one little place. But I didn't press too hard that it went through the canvas because I don't want to ruin the picture. Okay, so that's that done, but from now I want to work on it this way because that is the way that the image is. So I'm going to grab my stickers. You've got yourself your canvas all divided up into 24, And now it's just a matter of placing the stickers down in random places on your squares. So 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to make sure that I sort of, the first ones I put down, I'm getting sort of 1 on each row, but moved about a bit. 4, 5, 6, because it is random. And I can roughly see where each of these are. As long as I'm going into one square, which I still am, but all good. And then we've got, let's go for 7, 8, 9, 10, where am I going here? Let's go for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and finally 24. So they're not the neatest stickers known to man, but they are on each individual square, which is the main thing. So this is where we'll start with number 1. We do have some nice variety on the first day. So let me just peel it off fully and I'll sort of give you a bit of a look. So that will be day 1. Of course, some of these letters underneath, some of them may get a little bit close to the edge. If they do, I will just leave that little row of stickers ready for the next time. So if this is close, I'll leave it and we'll do it on day 21. If this side is close, we'll do it on day 12. But that's where we're going to start. So it'll take a few days for the picture to start showing fully. But I'm looking forward to it, regardless of what the picture is. I'm looking forward to it. I may even do a second one that I do, you know, as each day goes along, because of course I film these. So sometimes I will film it the day before, just because of time constraints and making sure it's up on YouTube with working as well. But I'm happy that we've got it all ready. So I hope this helps you guys all get yours ready. Please let me know in the comments below if you're joining me, and do hit that subscribe button so that you do get information every day as we put up this and we can have a little bit of a whip and chat. Also, pop suggestions, questions, any. I got chatting too much, so memory card got the better of me. Yeah, please put your suggestions of topics to talk about, any questions you've got in the comments below on this video, so that I have things to talk about, because I have 24 days of whip and chats coming up, and while I can waffle, after a few days it gets a little bit harder to try and keep the, you know, what to chat about and keep things varied, should we say. So yeah, pop all your questions and that down below, and when, you know, gives me suggestions of things to do and helps me when topics dry up a little bit. But Advent calendar is prepped. Get excited, people, it's nearly December. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you all again soon.